It's nice that every now and then when somebody asks if I'm watching Chinese cartoons, I can honestly say, yeah, actually I am. The ongoing joke is always that anime is Chinese cartoons, and every now and then we do get some stuff that's actually out of China that is obviously anime inspired. And typically with these shows, despite the fact that a lot of people are asking me if I'm keeping track of it, things like Link Click, which I still want to watch, I kind of restrict myself. Like, as much as I want to watch all these, yes, anime-inspired Chinese anime, and yes, technically American shows that are anime-inspired, I really only have so much time, and with so much Japanese anime out there, I kind of have to limit myself to just that region, otherwise I'm already overwhelmed. But after a herbivore dragon of 5,000 years gets unfairly villainized popped up on Crunchyroll, I thought, why not? Give it a quick shot, and I was pleasantly surprised by this series. But this is my thoughts on the first 2 episodes of the series, so let's jump right into it. Yes, like many shows, a herbivore dragon of 5,000 years gets unfairly villainized is exactly as the title would lead you to believe. Well, not entirely. It opens up when a girl from a village is sent to this dragon, this evil dragon inside this cave, to be a sacrifice. But when she arrives there, the dragon quickly says, look, no, I don't eat people. I'm an herbivore. All I do is eat plants. Outside of being an herbivore, this dragon's unlike any other dragon you'd really meet. He's very nice, he's very timid, he's very afraid, very weak. All this stuff that really paints this different picture than what you would expect from a dragon. But this girl's not going to give up. She has nothing. It seems as if her village has always kind of isolated her. She was an outsider. They treated her poorly, all the way to the point where they sent her to be the sacrifice, discarding her as if she was something that was a nuisance and obviously something the dragon can use as a sacrifice. But again, the dragon's like, no, I don't want to eat you. I eat plants. He goes over and she nicely dresses herself in a bunch of plants just so that he can eat her with the plants. Still doesn't like it. Till eventually the dragon's like, I can probably trick her into thinking that we're done. Like, he basically tells her, look, I've ate your soul, so you're good to go. I've consumed your soul. I've gotten what I needed. Go ahead and leave. And this is the point where she pretty much says, oh, well then I'm your disciple now, right? Yay, this is so great. I'll be a great disciple. I'll serve you very well. And yes, technically something he didn't want. He kind of just wants to be left alone, honestly. Well, this leads to the dragon to taking the girl all the way back to the village where he basically tells them, look, I've consumed all I need to consume. Her soul was so lush that I don't need anything else. Don't send anybody else to me. I am perfectly satisfied now. Thank you. And of course, the people are absolutely terrified of him, thinking that he's like this really powerful dragon that's going to harm them. But eventually, this boy of the village rushes forward angrily at the dragon, saying, I can't believe you took her soul. I'm going to get revenge for her, and starts to try to attack them. And villagers pile down on him, saying, no, you can't do that. Please forgive this boy. He's an idiot. And this is the point in which the girl steps forward, and you really do see like this sense that the miscommunication that she has with the dragon has completely warped her mind. She's like basically reprimanding the boy, saying how terrible you raise your weapon against the dragon. I'm the dragon's disciple. You're a lowly human, all that kind of stuff. Even leading to the town getting attacked by a pack of wolves, and we come to find out this girl's really powerful. He got a sense of it back when they were in the cave, but this girl had this aura about her, this magic that's about her that was kind of untapped. And sure enough, the moment these wolves show up, and wanting to kind of impress the dragon, the girl takes her sword and rushes out there and takes out all the wolves without even breaking a sweat. And what follows this is the girl claims that they're going to solve the issue of the world. They're going to take down the demon lord. And even though the dragon's like, no, I don't want to do that, she jumps on his back, makes these big, huge wings appear on the dragon, and they fly off on their adventure. The only thing the dragon can kind of do in order to stop her is say, well, look, we have to create an army. We can't just go rushing in there. Let's, I've been asleep for a long time. Let me figure out what's going on in this world. Let's gather some adventurers. Let's make an army to go against the demon lord. And she accepts it. They start their journey by visiting a town which is being attacked, in which time the dragon kind of tricks her into saying, well, I wanted you to, practice, so go ahead and take out everything because the dragon's not going to do anything. And that's pretty much where we leave it at the current moment. It really does seem like it's just this girl is essentially, in misunderstanding what the dragon wants, is kind of rushing forward and dragging him along, and she's making all these boisterous claims about how powerful this dragon is and that she's only using a fraction of its power. But what you're getting a sense of is that this girl's the thing that's powerful. Like, something's inside of her that's making her insanely powerful, and the dragon's just getting dragged along. dragon is getting dragged along. That was good. Anyways, this show so far, it's a 13-minute short, so we've only had about 26 minutes of it, so about the length of an episode. But as I said earlier, I'm very much so surprised by this series. It's being produced by Bilibili. Again, it's being done by Studio Lan, which actually Studio Lan is the one that worked on Link Click. It's very much a Chinese studio that does a lot of Chinese properties. I think one of my biggest issues that I have with a lot of the Chinese adaptations is I don't necessarily get the comedy. Now, I don't think that this writer, the original author, is Chinese, so maybe that's the thing that's helping us a lot. But I will admit that most all of the comedy in the show is misunderstandings. It's everybody not understanding what the dragon really wants, and the girl rushing off on her own accord and dragging the dragon along with them. Again, there's that joke again. It's just going to keep coming out. But I found it really, really cute. I was very shocked by how much I was enjoying the show, just kind of seeing the interactions between the two of these. And again, yes, technically most of that being based on misinterpreting what the dragon wants, but just seeing that this girl has her own mindset on whatever she wants to do and having her kind of just pushing forward crazy like while he's just being dragged along is really hilarious. It's really cute. It's got a bit of wholesomeness in there as well, because you do realize at some point that even though this girl was technically discarded by this village, she now has a place to stay. But though having one small, I guess, thing within this village that was trying to reach out to her, and that was this boy. But unfortunately, once again, she doesn't get it. She does not get that this boy the entire time was trying to help him. Her whole thing is he was a terrible boy because he kept dragging me out of this village and leaving me out in the open. And from our perspective, we realize, no, he was trying to save you from being a sacrifice. Well, he's mad because I took the role of being the sacrifice over him. No, he wanted to be sacrificed, so to save your life is that whole thing kind of creeping itself up over and over again. And the animation's been pretty solid so far. It's got a lot of comedy, so a lot of the characters get in these kind of chibi dragon forms to kind of accentuate all the comedy beats. And it's really well done. Visually, it looks fine. I think the only thing visual-wise that's a little bit off for me is that the girl's eyes are just kind of... they're big cat eyes, basically. They're very large eyes. And that's a little bit odd, but at the same time, the rest of the design is really great. I love the new outfit that she gets by stealing it from the boy's place. All that stuff's been great so far. But no, so far, just with its first 2 episodes, I've been really enjoying it. It's very surprisingly heartwarming, while at the same time having some really solid, cute little moments and comedy that's kind of sprinkled throughout it. Nothing spectacular, but I think it's got a great chemistry built on it. And I think with a comedy like this, with a duo, is going to be really centered around that chemistry between the two characters. The only thing that's kind of a real big issue for me, honestly, is the fact that this is completely dubbed in Chinese. Of course, this is produced by Bilibili. It's done by a Chinese company. It's kind of gonna be more centered to be broadcast in China. So unfortunately, yes, you kind of got to get used to that Chinese dialogue. I'm honestly to the point now where I don't mind Chinese as much. I could probably contribute that to a lot of the MiHoYo broadcast for Genshin Impact. That doesn't bother me as much as it used to, but I would prefer for a Japanese dub of this series, honestly. Aoyuki as the girl would be fantastic. Kendra Suda as the dragon, I'd be sold on it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Her Before Dragon Gets Villainized. It's a great series so far, great characters, great chemistry, some solid comedy beats. Again, most of the comedy centering around miscommunication or lack thereof. I think the dragon's great. The girl is absolutely adorable. Aside from the fact that it's all in Chinese, I think it's doing a great job so far. The voicing has been pretty solid. And I'm really looking forward to more of it, despite it being, again, a Chinese production. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment, let me know what you thought of this series if you're going to be checking it out. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already so you can get all my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon link, a tips link, and a super thanks button down below. I definitely appreciate everybody that does, and y'all take care.